Okay guys, you know I like to do some of these videos where I respond to some things that I see out there anyway still, yeah. And yeah, this is one of them right here on Affinity Xtra celebrating God's music of black origin. This is about the Barbados president absolutely tearing it up and doing it. My goodness sake, she's like the modern day Martin Luther King at this rate, man. She is really doing up, and the way she put it across, she actually brings in elements of faith and how we need to step up in it anyway still, yeah. Well, how we need to contextualize some of the things. Now, this is not my opinion about what's going on in the wars in the world, whatever individual war. I'm just there for peace, people. I want to see everything come to peace. I want rumors of wars. I know there will be wars and there'll be rumors of wars because we always talk about the end days and end times, but I just want to listen to what is being said here and respond to it in the best way still, yeah. So let's see if I got it.
As the book of Samuel says in the Bible, Netzach Israel lo yishaker, the eternity of Israel will not falter.
It is the same Bible that tells us.
Yeah, so obviously the Israel Prime Minister started off with that one still anyway. So yeah, as almost a justification of his film. So he's using the Bible. So watch this, guys. Watch this comeback, man. It's absolutely fantastic.
Us in the.
What I'm gonna do, sorry guys, I'm gonna actually try and speed this up because just to because of time.
Stories of the Old Testament, much which has guided many people across this world. But when we turn from the Old Testament to the New Testament,
come on now.
It is Romans that says to us, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord, not any country, not any human being. So that the Bible can't be used as a convenient aid when it suits us and rejected when it doesn't.
This is what we see, a classic of people. You don't want to believe that's a Christian, but they back out scriptures. We see in all worlds and out there when they like to drop a scripture in there. We're even in the middle of Hollywood, they drop scriptures. Even when people are doing the opposite to what we're thinking of doing according to the faith, they grab a scripture and run with it. Big up,
Mr. President. Above all else, we need a global reset on peace. There needs to be global peace. And those of us who are old enough would have recognized that there are peaks and valleys as it relates to this issue of conflict. There are few areas where the world is more in need of the United Nations acting as the United Nations to secure the objectives of the Charter than in the area of peace and security. The silence that has engulfed Sudan is unacceptable and may well be rooted in the racism that the world still carries as a badge of honor from the victories of the last great war of the World War II.
Okay guys, just in case, she just did the uppercut like Roger Moore style on them all day long. She has basically said, just want to reinterpret that for people. Listen, if you really want to be talking about peace, you have just watched, and I've just said this just briefly on my other post that I put up about Black History Month. You have basically watched people kill each other in Africa and don't even bring a bat eyelid to it. And maybe you left it like that because really you're a bit annoyed because you guys have to realize that Africa was the continent of Africa, and the way it got split was the bone of contention for Germany, because listen, France and England was getting rich off Africa and they got vexed. Nah, this ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? Not happening. You know what I'm saying? So, let's be real. Greed and the splitting of Africa was a major problem, and that's why she brought in the greater wars, man. She kind of triggered a few spots there, man. I remember France and England were fighting over that Somali region as well.
Actions in Myanmar cannot continue. Ukraine has sucked more oxygen out of the global community and the global financial system than any of us can appropriately accept at the very time when the world needs to be applying its resources and efforts to fight in the greatest crisis known to mankind. And the spread of the war from Gaza to the consequences in the West Bank to now clearly what is happening in Lebanon as we speak with Israel, all of these are but the tip of an iceberg of death, violence, and instability, and robs the global community of oxygen and resources at the very time when we need it most in a strategic way.
And what she's almost emphasizing, and I think people may not realize, is that basically the two major wars or civil wars, whichever you want to say it, well, technically civil war when it comes to what's happening down in the Middle East, and also well, it's not really civil war, but the region war that's lightening up right now. And I don't really put so much energy in watching what the day-to-day element of it, because I'm just tired of saying, yo, I just want peace, man. I don't want people suffering. I just want to pray for peace in that area. We need peace in the area, you know what I'm saying, because young people, anyway. And you got Ukraine. It's just like, what's going on? All these things are just absorbing. But I'm not saying whether we should do it or not, but these wars and rumors of wars that are going on, that's taking an investment, while other real wars going around the country, around the rest of the world, right into Haiti and different places around the world, just ignored.
We all know, as students of history, that even the longest war in history came to an end. These wars, yes, they too will come to an end. But the question is when and at what cost, and without much loss of life.
Come on.
With how many children not being able to be either given the chance to live, or will now live with memories of war that will affect their...
And I think, you know, I just remember when I was when I was younger, and you had the wars the civil wars in the former Yugoslavian states. Yeah, my friends who served over there, you know, they mentioned about, you know, what the young people would see. And a lot of things, they had pictures that, so after the wars were finishing and there were children were going back to schools after a couple of years away from schools, they're drawing pictures of things that a child should never see. You know, I could just imagine the trauma after World War II in the whole world. Traumatized. Come on, man.
Every action for the next 60, 70, 80 years of their lives. Innocent people are paying the price with the one thing that is theirs to give. And they don't give it willingly. It is their life. Unless we address the root causes of these wars, one by one, and the manners in which they are being sustained and financed, we will never know anything else other than war and rumors of war in these theaters. The transmittal of these scenes of horror in real time into people's bedrooms, into people's living rooms, will trigger two extreme reactions, neither of which are acceptable to us in the third decade of the 21st century. We will either get the desensitizing of ordinary people to the loss of lives, especially those of innocent children and women on the one hand, or we will get, on the other hand, the anger and inclination for vengeance that it spawns necessarily. We need peace, and it cannot be too difficult for us to work for peace.
What a beautiful way to put. So many often people think we have to be one of each extremes. If we're not part of that party, we're not part of that. If we don't agree with this party fully, we shouldn't. You know what I mean? We only can either be one of two. But there is no. It's good to be in the middle ground. It's good to say, you know what? We hear your cause. Let's come and reason. Peace is about give and taking. The desires of peace. But the question is, do these people desire peace? Big question.
It is the same Bible that tells us in the stories of the Old Testament, much which has guided many people across this world. But when we turn from the Old Testament to the New Testament, it is Romans that says to us, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord, not any country, not any human being. So that the Bible can't be used as a convenient aid when it suits us and rejected when it doesn't. In the midst of this maelstrom, we were very clear. My country took the step this year of recognizing and establishing diplomatic relations with the state of Palestine, in spite of having supported a two-state solution since 1969.
Interesting. Interesting. Go on, Barbados. They must step out over like that. And you know what? Some of the Caribbean nations have stepped out when it comes to things like Taiwan and different things like that. You know, guys. I believe that St. Kitts recognises Taiwan. There's some little manoeuvres going on in the UN, and island states are stepping up for the fight.
And we did this because it is clear to us that the state and people of Palestine, human beings, are entitled to full recognition by integration into and support from the international community. The Charter does not say we the people, with the exception of any one group from any one part of the world. We join with others, therefore, in congratulating the state of Palestine in taking their seat among the United Nations member states as they did on the 10th of September of this year. And let me be clear, we condemn the actions of Hamas on October 7th. But we equally and strongly deplore the humanitarian catastrophe in Gaza, which is the result of the disproportionate use of force by Israel. There is no justification for it. And that is why treaties exist governing the rules of engagement for war. Because we as human beings learnt better and know better and committed to better. A two-state solution, no matter how elusive it may appear to be now, is the only answer. And I've said already this week that we have known difficult battles in mankind's history. But when we were in it, we didn't think we could achieve it, but we did. We abolished slavery. We removed apartheid in South Africa.
My goodness sake, she went for some left and right hooks. She basically said, yo, if we can abolish slavery, you know what I'm saying, if we can sort out apartheid in South Africa, then we must can do the two-state solution with Israel and Palestine. She went there. Them the people, the Jew, them man must be Bex with her, man. Bex.
These battles are not beyond our creativity, our capacity, and our resilience to resolve them. Similarly,
I don't think she's getting a Hollywood movie.
We insist that the killing in Ukraine really has to stop. The people of Ukraine must be allowed to live within the internationally recognized boundaries of their state in peace and freedom from the threat of use or force. And as I said, it is sucking too much oxygen out of the global financial system, and countries that should be the beneficiary of aid are being told that they may have to wait in the interest of the defense of others because of war. I say to us truly, there has to be a singular commitment to build a peace. Truly. Mr. President, my own region has not escaped the scourge of instability and violence. The Americas do not constitute today a theater of war. But we are today witnessing, for some years now, an unprecedented escalation in the number and caliber of assault weapons which are finding themselves in the hands of criminals who are wreaking havoc on the legal systems and our societies, particularly in the small island developing states of the Caribbean and indeed in the wider states of Central and Latin America.
What a Jesus dropped. How you drop so many bombs in 10 minutes? Less than 10 minutes. She's just dropping bomb after bomb after bomb and bombing it out. You know what I'm saying? How she gone from Ukraine, sucking out, which is a valid point, imagine if you needed aid and you've been sorry, we're going to be supporting a country in war. Oh my goodness sake. That must be a killer. And then on top of that, she's dropping out basically, the guns that are made in the USA, which the USA clearly don't mind selling, is mashing up the streets in the Caribbean. Wow.
This scourge caused by guns manufactured in the United States of America primarily also requires a fundamental reset. The right of persons to bear arms in countries not engaged in military conflict should not be an opening to accept as legitimate the presence of assault weapons in countries. It is simply not right. There is no place for assault weapons in our societies.
ARs basically, guys. ARs. Wow. Absolutely amazing speech by the Barbados Prime Minister Mia Mottley, which was made on Friday, I believe it was the 27th of September 2024, and she really put it out there. I thought my opinion about that is an absolutely fantastic speech. Couldn't do it no better. We want peace, guys, in this world. I'm not here to take up no sides on whatever they're still here. I said, listen, let's sort this out because it's to other people's detriment. this stability. You know what I'm saying. So but yeah, we'll rock it from there, guys. Anyway, still well, here's some tunes out there. So this Roger here with a bit of Kiwi Morse, Faithful.
Hi, and thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe, you like, and you comment, and make sure that you're sharing the videos and watching so much more. We have loads of content for you. I hope you enjoy.